Hey guys, Novus here, and welcome back to From the Depths, Season 2, Episode 13, I believe. And, we got trouble. Okay. Oh, it happened. Let's slow it down for a sec. Alright, so we've got our destroyer here, we've got that judgment, and we've got our wooden destroyer. We've still got nimble fighter. So what I might try and do is move it, but for some reason I'm still trying to move the other ship. Alright, so the point of this is I'm going to put the destroyer into repair mode. We're going to scrap the judgment. So that's 250,000 resources we should pick up. And then start dumping into the destroyer. On top of that, now we can update our destroyer. So by doing this, it should put us in a pretty solid position. So am I able to move the destroyer over this way at all though? That's the question. If we can, then we should be fine. Unfortunately, it's dropped its speed again, so we're gonna have to really quickly play these out of play forces, jump in, and sail it in that direction. So we need to get close enough to grab those materials. Alright, once we've got enough on board, we should be able to get the entire destroyer back up and running and ready for this fight. So now she's going to be fully shielded, new guns, the same guns, just slightly upgraded. Wait, no, there's a newer version. Hang on, let me try this again. So keep it in repair mode, we do not have long left. We need to be quick. We got 10 seconds. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to hit that button. And basically just get what we can get. Alright. So I'll add the fighter to the fight, but it'll pop in afterwards. I hope I got this done quickly enough. I really hope. So I should have moved that fighter closer so it was repairing as well. Probably. Okay, so what we gotta do is jump straight in and try to repair the destroyer while their lighter vehicles are still out. pull these forces out of play. So, it is now at 100% health, which is good. We still got quite a bit of salvage out here, actually. We've got the right amount. Close to 10k out of that. So that's not bad. I mean, we lost less, I believe, than we gained, so good stuff. Now, something somebody had suggested, actually, down in the comments, was to build a radar tower. And that was something I had been looking at doing, so I might go do that. As I've already designed one, what we're going to do now is put it in place. So, I guess here, this would be a good spot. We've got some good land here. Alright. I hope this spawns in the right way around. Not that there is really a wrong way around, it's just, I hope it's the way I'm expecting it to go. Alright. So that needs to start repairs, pull out of play. You go over there, you go over there, and you go over there. And they should be able to start building it up. So, once that's built up, yeah, we can check out the new satellite tower. And see it start doing its thing. It should just immediately pop up like a huge ring around it the second it starts working. Over here we've got another 7k. I'm kinda tempted to maybe put one over there as well, as it would be useful to sort of have vision in both areas. Alright, so it's already at 62%, it's getting there. So I could probably already pop down there. Preparation. Play these forces. Alright, so don't ask me why they do this. My spin blocks do a full rotation before they're in place. Don't ask. I have no clue. Wasn't doing it before and then suddenly started doing it and I'm like, oh, fair enough. You do you. So we've got our radar here. We've got, as you could tell from a second ago, spin blocks here, hiding quite a few missiles. Now, it still needs a little bit more work, but for the moment, you can see, we can actually see in an alright radius around us. So, I think I still need to buff it up further, make it a bit more effective, but for the moment, that should give us at least some early warnings. Now, I was also looking at setting up the cargo plane to maybe fold out and not just be able to pick up other ships. I am still looking at setting stuff like that up, but also to possibly be able to fold out a big old radar. And at that point, yeah, we can kind of have a bit more detection around. So the destroyer's doing okay, 53,000 on board, so it can fight. The destroyer still needs repairs, so may as well set that. And then, yeah, so now I guess all we need is maybe some more vehicles. I mean, we've got 170,000 still left over. So we didn't use very much of that ship we broke down, even in building the satellite tower and such. I'm kind of tempted maybe to get a couple of quad gun drones. They would cut how much we have down tremendously, but I've been testing them more and honestly they are very effective in a fight. So maybe might be worth checking out. Oh, regardless. Okay, so what we need to do next, I guess, is to try and get... Might need to get a hold of these resource zones and try and get ourselves even better set up. One thing we could do, to be perfectly honest, with 172,000 rather than the quad gun drones. I went down here. Whoop. Nope, that's not what we want. So like how my instinct was to go straight towards delete. What the hell? No. Heavy barrel. 187. A little bit too expensive. How's this at? We could start harassing them with fighters, but with their advanced cannons it kind of seems pointless. I feel like we'd probably be better off with something high atmo to take a bunch of the pressure on, because it can't get close to us then. Most of the ships. I'm unsure what should we go with. Alright, well there's the nukes. I'm going to be working on those next. As soon as they come into play, it should be a case of they send another big, 200 to 300,000 cost ship towards us. We can basically just drop like 4 nukes on it, and that ought to do the job. So we've still got a quad gun drone over here, but they cost 52,000 materials, so fairly expensive. I'm not sure what to build now. Kinda finger numbing. Alright, I'm gonna try it, and this could cost us big time, but if it doesn't, it'll be good. I'm gonna try summoning something that's pretty expensive. It's kinda got like a temporary name on it now. I'd say it's more like a heavy wooden cruiser, if anything. Alright. So there we go, we should be able to get 2 new designs in one episode. At least we'll set a play, set it to repair. Get these 2 over here. Oh, we could also have fixed up the Lewis ship. I mean, we still got a tremendous amount of resources sitting here, so we still could. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna eat through the resources pretty quickly doing this, so pull these bosses out of play. We should be able to set the game speed up to 4 times real quick. Let's just try and get these resources in to this ship. Slightly faster pace so I can have an idea. Yep, we are burning through those resources, so yeah, it's gonna be rough. We should have a bit left. We should have an alright amount left. Up close to 50k, 60k. Yeah, 59. Alright. Okay, fair enough. So let's drop the game speed down to normal again. Now, why not? With that, we'll have an extra fighter there to jump in when it's necessary. And that'll be useful. So, this thing has a top speed of 24 meters per second. I don't think that's quite accurate. But oh well. And yeah, may as well quickly show it off. So, play these out of play forces. And yeah, fairly empty ship. 12 guns to a side. At the same time we got 36 missiles from memory, I believe. Hang on, we got... No wait, I think it's actually 32 to a side. I believe it's 32 to a side. And then we've got another 16 torpedoes on each side. These are actually hidden under layers of the armor, and it's actually spin block right here. That's the same on the other side. You can barely see them in the armor, but there's the spin block. It's actually exposed because I couldn't really be bothered putting a piston underneath, I guess. It's something I worked on the other day, and we can actually explore it from one end to the other, much like the other little wooden destroyer thing with torpedoes. So this is how we get down to the lower deck. Currently not used room. Torpedo bay. You can kind of look out the window, sort of usually see the torpedoes going off. Basically they're mirrored on each side. You've then got an extra little cargo room type situation here. I'm actually thinking of making a proper steel design of this, because I think it would actually be rather effective, especially since this thing will not sit in the water. Not to mention it gets tossed around like a ragdoll in a fight. Allows it to escape a bunch of firepower, I guess, if there's big cannons hitting it, but still not great. But yeah, you can get up to the secondary deck from either end of this ship. All the rooms are sealed off. These are our lasers, and they're actually running up to here. Here, we've got lasers sort of set up all around it, and over here. We've also got detection at each end of the ship, and a tiny little radar on the top. Slade's improvements, I kind of feel like, but it definitely needs like a steel hull. It's a little bit light at the moment. So yeah, bounces the lasers around through the ship. We've got the RTGs running along each side. Straight along. They connect up on either end. We've got the guns. You can kind of go in and look at them, but I mean, I'm not sure there even really needs to be a doorway there anymore. I'm thinking it should just be like this and sort of sealed up on either end. It kind of just felt weird having a corridor with no doorways in it, so I kind of just slapped that there. But yeah, could use more armory internally. Definitely use like at least an outer layer of metal armor though. I found it's just a little too squishy. This isn't filled in, I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't have to be that extra layer, but I'd prefer it was in the AI room. So there's where we keep the AI, and this is back to where we control the ship. Now, the missiles are actually contained in here, and they're going to be very difficult to see other than, you know, the actual missiles themselves. But yeah, built into the hull, and there's two lots. And basically what will happen is this whole section from that line there will actually rotate up. Then once it's facing up, a smaller section at the back will actually rotate down slightly. And it'll fire them off in that arc, so as to make sure that they're not going to collide with anything at the end here. And yeah, so that's the new little wooden ship that I kind of designed to fight the Onyx Watch, more so than anything else, but oh well, say LRB. This is just kind of how it goes. And yeah, it's not bad, pretty decent. The cannons themselves are fairly decent gauge, 1119, so they're basically identical to the ones that are actually in the destroyer, the quad cannons that are on there. They do charge up pretty quick, reload time of 8.27 seconds, so they fire much quicker than those guns on the destroyer. I could get it down to 4.7 as it says there, but CLRV, it seems like it gets good damage out at the 8-second mark, around about, so they're pretty good the way they're set up. And yeah, so, oh yeah, the reason it's able to move at decent speeds while it's not actually having like a flat back on it to have heats of thrust built up, it's not that we have like propellers built inside the ship, because you know, that'd be cheesy, right? They're downhill. Yeah. Now these sideways facing ones, I know it's a bit cheesy, but the only reason for that is she can turn in place. I just kind of like the idea of ships being able to do that, so they don't end up in a position where it's like the nose is pointed at the sand and we're going to try and like stop doing like a 20-point turn to try and turn the ship around. So you can just sit in place, turn it to where you need it, and then off she goes. At which point we have this entire underside here functioning sort of like a pair of turbines, pretty much. It sucks water in through the front here, and just feeds it straight back out through the back. And yeah, gives it alright speed. However, as I said before, I don't think it hits like 24 meters per second or anything. Yeah, currently we're at 16.5. That's the best we can manage. So yeah, I feel like if it was a little bit heavier, it could actually do a little bit better. I could also have a bit more thrust on the sides here that weren't high altitude ion thrusters. They're only there because they'll function in the water and out of the water, because yeah, that back end does not sit level, and it used to dive around. It used to kind of like sort of dive around like a dolphin kind of deal. You know how they jump out of the water and back in? Yeah, not great. At the same time, it also used to tip itself on its side when it's shot a little too hard. All because it's wood, therefore it's rather light. So I had to put thrusters on. They're just bouncing thrusters. If it starts tipping on its side at all, it's just using a simple automated control block, controlling each of them via a complex control. And yeah, that's all it does. It hits -3 or +3 in roll, and they'll activate. And they'll sort of stabilize it, because otherwise, once it, yeah, you can kind of see, start turning it, sort of want to tip itself on its side. So yeah, that's it for that ship. So we totally got that in our Navy now. Again, don't ask me how it's moving at 24 meters per second on the map. I did not do that. It's just my best guess. That's ended up saving to the blueprint at some point after a fight. And I have seen ships get hit by shots that hard that they get propelled forwards through the water, and it kind of suddenly resets their maximum speed. Don't ask me why. Alright, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Hopefully in the next episode I'll have some slightly more effective stuff ready to go. I'm trying to set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some advanced cannon designs, and then I'm going to try and build a ship for those guns, rather than trying to do it the other way around, because the other way around is a pain in the butt. You can never really get a gun that you really want. And that's kind of how I designed, from what I remember, our prototype destroyer. As it actually started off, I designed the guns first, and then I designed a hole to slap those guns into, and that's why I feel like it's so effective with those guns, because they were designed for it. They're well armored, everything's placed exactly where I wanted it, and yeah, it worked out perfectly. So I think that's probably how I'm going to have to come out the whole advanced cannon thing. So I'm going to probably build like a big warship and just put tons of advanced cannons on, and if I need to, I'll scrap a bunch of forces to chuck it in there. But at the moment, we still got 52,000 here, and we got another 15,000 over here. So we're doing well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and have a good one, guys.